Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Carol Dewey, founder of Clarus Advisory Partners and host of the Owner's Playbook. Today is a really special day for me, and I believe a defining moment for many business owners who are finally ready to start thinking differently about the future of their company. This isn't just the launch of a new podcast. It's the start of a new conversation, one that most business owners postpone for far too long. We're talking about the end game. Not the end of your business, but the beginning of your freedom. Because whether you're 45 or 65, whether you plan to sell in 2 years or 20, every business owner has one thing in common. You will eventually leave your business one day. The only question is, will you leave on your terms? Let's start with a hard truth, and one that drives everything we do at Clarus Advisory Partners. According to national statistics, about 80% of business owners expect to sell or transition their business within the next decade, but only 20% actually succeed in doing it. The other 80% either walk away with less than they expected, liquidate under pressure, or hold on too long and the business declines before they can exit. It's heartbreaking because these aren't lazy or careless people. These are entrepreneurs who built something real, something they've poured years of sweat equity, sacrifice, and sleepless nights into. So why does it happen? Because most business owners are focused on income, not value. They're measuring success by how much they take home, not by how transferable their business really is. Here's the difference. Income keeps the lights on. Value gives you freedom. Income lets you live well today, but transferable value lets you decide when, how, and to whom you'll pass the torch tomorrow. In other words, value creates choices, and choices create peace of mind. That's why today's conversation is about building a business you can leave, not just own. Whenever I start working with a business owner, one of the first exercises we do is something called the wealth gap and the value gap. Your wealth gap is the difference between what you'll need to achieve financial independence, the lifestyle you want after you exit, and what you currently have in income-producing assets outside the business. Your value gap is the difference between what your business is worth today and what it needs to be worth to bridge that wealth gap. Here's what most owners discover. Their business is their largest asset, but it's also the least liquid and most dependent on them personally. So even though they may look wealthy on paper, they don't have true freedom. Their wealth is trapped inside the business. That's why exit planning isn't about leaving. It's about building independence while you're still in control. I like to say you can either sell your business when you're ready, or life will sell it for you when you're not. The goal is to get out on your timeline, not someone else's. Running a business and building value are two different skill sets. Running a business focuses on today, customers, cash flow, employees, fires. Building value focuses on tomorrow, systems, scalability, and independence. Many business owners spend their entire careers running their business, but they never build it to run without them. And here's the problem. When you are the hub of every decision, every relationship, every client conversation, you've made yourself indispensable. That sounds flattering, but to a buyer, it's terrifying. Buyers pay premiums for businesses that can run without the owner. They discount heavily or walk away when everything depends on one person. So if your goal is to create optionality, you have to start shifting from operator to architect. You need to design a business that creates value beyond your own effort. That's where the 8 key drivers of company value come in and why we're launching the Owner's Playbook today. The 8 key drivers are universal factors that determine how valuable, scalable, and sellable your business really is. They apply to every company, regardless of industry or size. Now, we'll cover all 8 in time. But our first series, the Endgame series, focuses on 4 of the most powerful drivers. Let me give you a preview. 1, financial performance. Buyers buy performance, not potential. Strong, consistent financial results tell a story of discipline, leadership, and reliability. When your books are clean and your margins are predictable, you're already doubled your credibility. And I want to emphasize here, revenue doesn't always equal value. Predictability does. Then there's growth potential. A buyer isn't paying for what you've built. They're paying for where it can go next. Growth potential measures scalability. Can you grow without chaos? Can you expand without doubling expenses or breaking systems? That's where true value multiplies. Then we have the Switzerland structure, creating independence, diversification, and durable value. This episode tackles one of the biggest value killers, which is dependence. Dependence on one client, one vendor, or one person, and that's usually you. We'll unpack how to build a Switzerland structure, a balanced independent company that stays strong no matter what changes around it. You'll learn to diversify your revenue, systematize decision-making, and create a business that's self-sustaining and stable, with or without you in the room. Then, of course, there's recurring revenue, the power of predictability and freedom. Finally, we'll explore how to create consistency, because predictability is power. This episode reveals how recurring revenue transforms both value and lifestyle. You'll learn the 6 types of recurring income streams, how to build them into any business model, and why buyers pay premiums for companies with stable, repeatable cash flow. Because when you stop chasing sales and start building streams, you gain freedom, control, and peace of mind. Each of these drivers adds independence, and when you strengthen all 8, you create a company that's not just profitable, but positioned for transfer. That's what we explore deeply in the Owner's Playbook. So what is the Owner's Playbook? It's a new podcast and live series created specifically for business owners who are asking bigger questions. How do I build a business with real transferable value? How do I create independence from the day-to-day? How do I know when I'm ready, financially and emotionally, to exit? We're launching today with our first 4 episodes. Together they form the Endgame series. Here's what you'll hear. Episode 1 is the Endgame, building a business you can leave, not just own. We explore why exit planning isn't optional and how to start preparing now. Episode 2 is financial performance and growth potential, turning income into transferable value. We break down the difference between profit and predictability. Episode 3 is the Switzerland structure, creating independence, diversification, and durable value. You'll learn how to reduce dependence on any single client, vendor, or person and build a balanced, resilient company buyers love. And episode 4 is recurring revenue, the power of predictability and freedom. We unpack how recurring income transforms your valuation and lifestyle, and how to build a steady, dependable revenue in any industry. Each episode is about 10 minutes long, short enough to listen on a morning walk or commute, but packed with actionable insight. You'll find them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and on our website at clarusadvisorypartners.com. Now I want to leave you with one very simple challenge. Before the end of this week, take 10 minutes to complete your Value Builder Score assessment, or download our free guide, The 8 Key Drivers of Company Value. It's the same framework we use with clients who want to build not just a profitable business, but a transferable one. Think of it as a financial x-ray for your company. It will show you where your strengths are, where you may have some blind spots, and how much risk a buyer would perceive if they looked at your business today. The link is below this video, and it's free, because the truth is every owner will exit one day. The only question is whether it happens by design or by default. And you deserve the peace of mind that comes from knowing your business can run and thrive without you. Thank you for spending time with me today. If what we talked about resonated with you, go check out the first 4 episodes of The Owner's Playbook and grab your free ebook. If you're watching live, drop a comment below. Tell me what part of today's discussion hit home the most for you. And if you're catching the replay, make sure to subscribe so you'll get notified every time a new episode drops. I'm Carol Dewey, and this has been The Endgame, how to build a business you can leave, not just own. Remember, every business has an endgame. Let's make yours a winning one.